The game that was hyped to be the Battlefield killer is finally going into open beta. No, I don't mean a few months from now, I mean on September 29th. I'm of course talking about World War III, the game. But is it too late for the game? What's going on, guys? My name is Tychus. Let's talk about World War III. So as of right now, for those who have pre-ordered the closed beta packs, they will have 3 days early access starting September 26th. This will give those players time to get in, to get the grind in early and level up and unlock their guns and attachments. On September 29th, the game will be fully released. Well, not fully released, but fully in open beta is what I mean. And it will be available to everyone. It's going to be completely free to play. There's no pay to win aspects, at least that's what the developers promise. There's also going to be an XP boost to help players, level up and speed things up during the early days. And then currently there are only 2 game modes that are available right now, TAC Ops and TDM. There are about 5 maps. It's 8 total maps, but depending on the mode you're playing, it's going to be, limited to whichever maps you are available. TAC Ops is pretty much the Battlefield style of game mode with vehicles, airstrikes, anti-tank busters, and more. And then TDM is, of course, team deathmatch. Your standard team deathmatch. So I mean, let's talk a little bit about it. I want to give my opinions about the game. Right? Is it too late for the game? Pretty much, right? I completely honestly thought that the developers were going to release the game. Excuse me. Going to release the game after the horrendous release of Battlefield 2042, right? Like I thought that was gonna be like the most optimal time for the developers to release into open beta, because during that time there wasn't really any modern warfare type of FPS games out there similar to Battlefield. So I really thought that the developers of World War III were gonna capitalize on that and kind of just swoop in, especially after how terrible the release of Battlefield 2042 was. A lot of people were looking for something good, and at that time I found out about World War III, and I would constantly check back on World War III just to see, if there was going to be a potential open beta release date. But surely enough, as time passed on, the game kept pushing back its open beta. It's kept getting delayed, and then eventually pretty much kind of just forgot about the game, honestly, until recently. So, and they finally decided to release the open beta now. So again, like I'm not too sure if it was a good decision, to release the open beta now, in September 29th, especially after the Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2 open beta just happened not too long ago. I could definitely see the argument that, Modern Warfare has everyone hyped for a modern FPS style of game, and, World War III is a perfect fit for that. But at the same time, I just can't help but to compare the 2 games. Like obviously one game is, a AAA studio, and then versus like an indie studio, right? So, I mean, you can't really compare the 2, but at the same time, you subconsciously make the comparison, and that never really goes away. Even if you try it, you can't help but to just compare the 2 games, especially after everyone just had their hands on how polished Modern Warfare was, and then jumping into this game, I'm not saying that this game is bad or anything like that. I really like and enjoy World War 3, but again, I'm just talking about the whole comparison sake. But yeah, again, like, don't get me wrong. I'm very, very happy that the game is finally going into open beta, and it's about time. I'm just worried about how long this is going to keep players attracted to the game, right? Especially when Warzone and DMZ mode are only about, what, a month away? Or, yeah, about a month away, I guess. Are players going to jump into World War III now and just play the game for a month, and then once Warzone and DMZ comes out, and then they're gonna stop playing World War 3? That's my main concern. Like what is World War 3 going to have what it takes to grasp players and to keep hold of their attention, right? On top of that, like I mentioned earlier, that there are only 2 game modes currently. That, you know, for those who have been playing the game for a long time, you know, diehard veterans who have been supporting the game since the beginning, you know, I can see that getting very, very boring, you know, really quickly too, you know, because they've done it before, right? They've played it the 2 same game modes over and over, and once they unlock their weapons and attachments, I can, you know, it's the same old 2 game modes over and over again. So it can get boring, you know. But for someone fresh and someone new like me, I could see myself playing the game for, you know, quite some time, especially until, you know, I unlock the weapons that I want to use and the attachments that I want to use. Generally, too, you know, like TDM is usually kind of what I like to focus on, you know, because it's kind of like smaller maps, more, you know, close quarter combats. It's kind of what I like. I know it's kind of weird that I'm playing World War III when it's more of a battlefield-esque type game, right? You're talking about like grand scale warfare, not close quarters, but you know, TDM is something that I enjoy. I'm not saying that I don't enjoy TAC Ops. TAC Ops is definitely, you know, fun to play around with as well. But I'm just worried that, you know, there's only 2 game modes, and hopefully that, you know, 1.0 releases, or when it does release, hopefully that there'll be a lot more game modes just to kind of mix it in, so it doesn't get so bland and stale as time goes on, you know. So, but anyways, like, you know, it's a good game. I'm not saying World War 3 is a bad game. I'm playing it. I'm definitely playing it. I jumped in early. I had early access to it, you know, the 3 day head start. So I'm definitely gonna put in some time to the game. I'm definitely gonna play the game, and get my grind on, and it's enjoyable. You know, I actually enjoy it. It feels good. The mechanics are good. Gunplay feels so smooth, and, you know, I really enjoy it. So, anyways, but those are my thoughts and my opinions on the game. You know, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And are you planning on playing the game? Do you think the game? Do you think you'll be still playing the game after Modern Warfare releases? You know, do you think the game's gonna last? You know, let me know. So, anyways, if you enjoy the content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.